person? Because, I mean, a lot of people have been following you and your journey, so what is it like to finally meet people?
Well, when you record or do a show, you get so into your one scene, and you know, your family recording, and now, in the old days, we used to record with a whole cast, and that was really fun, because then you had more interaction with your friends and so on and so forth. But you still didn't go outside the studio in terms of, what are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Who are we doing this for? And now, almost everybody records at home or studios away from the studios we used to work at. So now it's even further away, and I'm sitting in my little garage in my studio going, and not realizing that there's people out there. So when I come and meet these nice folks who stand in lines and say such wonderful things about our work, and me personally, it means the world. It really does. And we forget, like I say, that we actually are doing it for a reason other than fun, because it's a lot of fun to work too. So we enjoy it. But I genuinely appreciate you all, and I thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. And that's something that I learned too, getting to chat with a lot of voiceover actors, is that a lot of us perhaps think that y'all get to record together. I don't know if any of you thought that, and then and then all of a sudden you're learning and you're like, oh, I wonder if they'll record alone. Yeah, or at home.
Yeah, that's a fairly new phenomenon. It probably, I guess maybe, COVID probably was what was responsible for that. Do you notice I'm supposed to be a professional? You hear the peepops? Somebody go, Frank! But there shouldn't be. But you can see I'm losing my professional lips, as it were. But I think probably it was COVID that kind of kicked it in, because the studios started out and everybody said, I hope we're not down for a month, for 6 weeks or something like that. And then, of course, it went on and on and on, and we had Scoobies to do. Yes, he did. We had all kinds of shows to do and to catch up on. And it's kind of interesting, at least I think so, that the progression of how the studios kind of, the self-studios kind of came into being. It's like Warner Brothers called first, I think, and they said, we've got Scoobies, we've got to finish. And what they can do is you can lay down a track, and they can animate to that track, and then later on, if it's not good, then you can go in and re-record to film to yourself. But that's if you're only going to be out of the studio for a couple of weeks. So when it first started, they said, we're desperate. So do you have a recording device on your phone? So most of us were recording on our phones. And the quality was so bad, but again, they were going to just animate it. But then they saw that they really needed more than that. So they sent a lot of us what they call a studio in a box. And it was literally kind of the guts and the material of what a studio would be. We had not like a mixer, but a go-between, and a really nice microphone, and an iPod. Or an iPad. And then, of course, I did have an iPod, which is strange. But we would record on those, and they say, can you find a closet in your house or a corner somewhere where you can be very quiet and record? So that was the next step. And then, finally, it became so long in terms of time, and they were saying, well, the quality is okay, but we're probably going to... I saw you yawning, sir. I saw that. I know I'm boring. So I'll get into the good stuff soon. I'll try and make this faster. So anyhow, I purchased a little studio that comes manufactured and fit right in the corner of my garage, and then they had electricians hooking it up, all wearing masks. It looked like a surgery center. But we eventually got that studio together, and now the quality is really, record at home, as do most actors. So the good is you don't travel as much. The bad is you miss your friends. You know? And I would say like this, sir, you want to pay attention to this one. Normally I would drive 45 minutes to work. Now it takes me 45 seconds. And I walk from the house, I go through the living room. Now, you gotta watch out because if there's congestion in the kitchen, I take the living room off ramp. And I walk down the stairs to the garage. So I get
Love
there
it.
in 5, 10
Do you use
seconds.
Google Maps sometimes?
That's my story, I'm sorry.
I love that. Well, we will be opening the mic up for fan questions, so feel free to start lining up. Yeah, I don't even need, I was going to say, usually I ask something, but everyone is just so excited to chat with you, but I don't want to steal any questions from
Do
anyone.
you have another question? I'm sorry, I was blocking away. So,
It's perfect. No, this is like the stuff that I love because if you would have shared that with us, we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Right? So we appreciate every word and every story and everything you tell us. So, yeah, so awesome. Well, we'll get started and we have our first question.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Frank Welker.
Hello.
First, I just want to say it's an honor to meet you. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. One question I do have is, if Optimus was here, what would you say to him as Megatron?
Well, Optimus, I'm delighted that you are here. And because you are here, I'm going to just be quiet and let you talk. I miss you, Optimus.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
So right now there are some rumors of some new live-action Transformers movies in the works. Would you be open to voicing Megatron again if they were to ask?
I don't know. Yes, yeah, that would be great fun. You know, doing Megatron and then actually becoming a true Transformer has been a thrill because I've said this before, but truly I got to transform from G1
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
to Optimus Prime. I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. To the features, the last night.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. And I will come back mad as ever.
Okay. Continue to transform. Hello.
Who is your favorite character to voice? And if you don't have one, what is the most interesting character to voice?
So who is your most favorite character to voice? And if you don't have one,
Who is the most interesting?
who is the most interesting?
You know, I've just been fascinated looking at her. I didn't hear a word you said. You are so cute.
She just
All right.
grabbed the mic.
Yeah, and you
She's a
are very
pro.
professional. I'm very impressed. So the question was, who's my favorite character? And if I didn't have one, who am I most impressed by? Most interesting. It's a bit of a cop-out, I admit, but it's usually the character or the show that you're working on last. And believe it or not, we've been doing some Megatron and Soundwave projects.
So of course I was doing G1 Megatron and it was a lot of fun. But the character I find most interesting is Soundwave. Soundwave, and you are an exceptional Decepticon.
Magic. So thank you so much. Hello.
Hi.
My name is Ardana. I have a question. You have a
Yes.
favorite Studio Ghibli movie?
Favorite Beetlejuice movie?
No, Studio Ghibli movie. There's a reason why I'm asking you this. Studio Ghibli.
I still can't quite hear that.
Studio
Closer
Ghibli.
to the mic.
Studio Ghibli. You know my.
Oh, Studio Ghibli. I'm so sorry.
No
Yeah.
problem. No problem.
But it was kind of dribbling when you said that. Gosh, that work that he does is just absolutely incredible. I mean, everything that comes out of there. But I gotta love Totoro.
Yep, that's why I asked you.
I'm so tired. Such a tough one to do. Thank you, man. I love Totoro. The cat bus. That's such beautiful art. I mean, it's the artwork that comes out of it is just crazy. Yeah. Fabulous. Hello.
Hello, sir. How often do other voice actors and actors consult with you on how to best interpret characters that you originally voiced, but they are going to be voicing now? And how impressed are you with like every new piece of lore or every new iteration of your previous voiced characters?
I think you were saying how much input do we get to put into the characters and how do we feel about that?
Essentially, yes.
The more I think that when you go in for an audition, let's say, and Megatron is a good example. When I did the voice for Megatron, they did not change it one bit or fiddle with it. And what I was trying to do, and I've said this before too, no laughing, it was a very serious part here. This is very serious. Megatron was in my mind this cave of wonder, not cave of wonder, but for me a cave voice that had multiple voices.
I am not one voice. I am many voices.
So that was kind of the basis for it. And then I had to put more body into it. I thought, well, they're going to fiddle with that. They're going to change that. But what the heck, at least Peter Cohen will be doing that. He'll be doing that big, beautiful voice of his, I'm sure. So when I went in and did that, they didn't change it at all. So that was compelling to me because then when I perform it, it has no fiddling to it. You know, sometimes they'll say, can you put a little of this into it? Can you put a little of that into it? And whenever you take an actor's natural instinct, this is my opinion, take their natural instinct and add something into it, it takes it a little bit away from its root, its DNA. And the way I'd like to see a director come at it is to tell you how loud, where you are, you know, maybe a little faster or something like that, but to try to get into your character, if they like it from the beginning and they choose that voice, then leave it alone. Would be my opinion. Did I answer what you were? Yes, kind of.
Thank you so
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Welker.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
My name is Juliana, and my question to you is, what exactly inspired you to be a voice actor?
It was kind of luck because I went out to Los Angeles, Hollywood, to go to school and started doing plays. And my goal was to go out there because the beach and the chicks, the sun and the surf, and Hollywood, and to be an actor. So, meaning on camera. Because voice actors are actors, don't mistake me with that. But the voice acting business was something I didn't even know about. So I met this lady when I was doing a play, and she said, you should do commercials. And I said, okay. So I went in on an audition with her agent, and I got a commercial, so I was on camera. That was the first thing I did, a lot of commercials. So I was on camera, and doing all kinds of stuff. Dodge commercials and bold detergent. And then I used to do stand-up when I was in high school in a folk singing group, so kind of silly. You guys are having too much fun out there. I can see you're going to be naughty. You're going to be putting that. So, yeah, be careful. So then I got into doing stand-up, and I was at a club in Westwood, California, and an advertising guy came in and saw me doing dog and cat fights. So I'll do my dog and cat fight for you. So he saw me doing all this silly stuff, and he said, you know, you'd be great in a voiceover thing I'm doing for a radio commercial for Frisky's dog food. And I said, voiceover, what's that? I said, voiceover, you do the voice for the... Anyhow, so I ended up doing the commercial, and that was my first voiceover job. And then along came, his fiance. Just happened to be working for ABC, and they were doing a show called Scooby-Doo. And she says, you know what? You should come in and audition for Scooby-Doo. And that was my first cartoon. That was a very long story. Thank you. That's all right.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, can you give
You're
me
going to have to tell me a little bit.
How was it going from the original voice of Megatron to then Prime? And was it inspired by your work in the Transformer video games, the live action video games?
Can you get a little bit closer?
How was it going from the original Megatron to Prime? And was it inspired by your work in the live action video games?
Okay. From going from G1 to Prime, it was a fairly major change because, I was doing more of a trick voice for G1.
Megatron.
And then they wanted a little bit more, like the features, a little bit more of a natural sounding. So it wasn't like it was difficult, but it was, it was so into Megatron G1 that I had to do a little mind changing. But then it was fun. Now switching back into the feature, it had to be bigger and kind of different from all the other ones, obviously, the other features. And then I had done Galvatron, who turned into Megatron. It's very strange. And so doing Galvatron and then Megatron, but keeping them basically the same, was really fun. And I like doing a really big voice. It's kind of like going from G1 where you've created this sound, and now you can just go crazy again with this big sound for the features, because you need a bigger voice for those to print on the screen for those characters. As Peter will tell you, with this Optimus, he had to be really big because those characters are so large.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're behaving now.
Hi, my name is Kat. I was wondering some other Megatron questions, I guess. But what I wanted to know, in your opinion, if let's say Megatron came down to Earth and really got to take his time to know everything, what would interest him the most, or what would pique his interest? Oh gosh, what is that, or what?
If Megatron came to Earth to poke around a little, what would he be interested in? That is your question?
Yes, it is.
I think I would enjoy piddling around with the flesh creatures. I think I would make a little bit of rain, electricity. With my energon cubes, I would keep you people very, very busy.
So complicated. All right.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Welker.
How are you?
James. I just want to, first of all, just say thank you for all your work, sir. I never realized you did so much voice work, and as I grew up watching them, I'm just like, now this is, a great opportunity for once in a lifetime.
I appreciate it.
And this question is for my friend Ronnie, actually. I know you did Heckle and Jekyll. Who were you as Heckle and Jekyll, and how did you prepare for those two characters?
Juan, you stumped me. I actually did both Heckle and Jekyll.
Oh, wow.
And don't remember it too well because it was such a long time ago. But it was a challenge because I'd be talking to myself all the time, which I do at home anyway. You probably guessed that. But I just remember it being fun. And that actually was a show a long time ago that I pretty much did by myself. So there was a few studios that did that. But thank you, Juan. Ronnie. I stand corrected. Let me take it all back. Ronnie. Oh my goodness. Thank you, man.
Mr. Welker, thank you.
Thank you.
You are national treasure. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. I thought Starscream was an idiot.
Hello, Mr. Welker.
Hello.
We met yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Let me just say, I think I speak for everybody here when I say, thank you for all the many years of entertainment that you provided us. You've really changed our lives, and no one better to do it. As big of a Scooby-Doo fan that I am, I was curious, do you have any interesting anecdotes other than Scooby from your time working at Hanna-Barbera?
Wow. Well, that covers a long time period. I got to work with Mel Blanc. That was one because for me, he was the guy. And of course, Dawes Butler, Jim Foray, all the greats. I think getting to work with the people that I had grown up with, and still people, all the people that I grew up admiring, seeing their work, and I'd say that was a really big highlight. Just to see that echelon of acting was incredible. The Harlem Globetrotters came in to record once, and working with those guys was, it was so fun, so fun. Just as recording artists, so good. And all of the actors that I met throughout the years, there were just so many, too many to count, but all those experiences, I think, is what made Hanna-Barbera that golden for me.
And is there any way we can get any improv between Scooby and Fred?
And what?
Is there any way we could get a little bit of improv from you, from Scooby and Fred?
Is Scooby here? Is Fred here? Fred? Yeah, you're Fred. I am? Yeah, listen to your voice. Hello? I guess I am kind of Fred. Hey, Scoob, would you do it for a Scooby snack? Of course I'd do it for a Scooby snack. But it's got to be free. Yeah. Hey, Scoob, look at all these nice people out here. Yeah, I love Houston, and I love you. Scooby.